Hey guys, SBC here, and today I'm showing you guys how to complete the brand new Marquee matchup score builder challenge the cheapest and easiest way. As of right now, it's going to set you back around 40,000 coins, and it gives you a premium gold players pack, that's a 25k pack, for completing the whole set, and you also get one for completing each of the 4 individual SBCs. You'll see all of those at the end of the video, but before getting on into it, if you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe, as I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and if you guys could leave a like on the video, that would be very much appreciated. But getting on into the SBCs, we're going to start off with Dortmund against Bayern, Der Klassiker in Germany, and for this you need one player from Dortmund, one from Bayern, at least 6 Bundesliga players, 79 rating overall and 90 chemistry, and you get a 15k pack for completing it. So what you want to do is divide your team into 2 separate sides. You guys don't need to use the same players as me for any of these SBCs. In fact, if you do, it's probably going to be more expensive, as they will rise a bit in price as people do go and use them. Just go and use players that fit the chemistry and fit the requirements, but you don't need to use exactly the same players as me. So just get the cheapest players you can from Dortmund and Bayern. Just snipe them, try and get some gold cards. So I got Ulrich and Schmelz. I already had Schmelz as an untradeable from opening some gold upgrade packs. Put them into your team, just get the cheapest ones you can, and then just build the rest of your team on one side with the Bundesliga, and then on the right or the left, depending which way you've done it, you just want to go with a different league. So I went with Ligue 1. You can use a few players out of position, so I went with Trap in the right back position just to get that rating up overall. And yeah, you may need to use a few high rated players, as you do need a 79 rating, but on the whole, you can just use non-rares and pretty cheap gold cards. This is quite a cheap one, and it is very, very easy to complete. Just one side with your Bundesliga players, and then another side with a different league. Next up is Genoa against Sampdoria. Now for this one here, you get a premium Electrum players pack, and to complete it you need at least 2 players from either Genoa or Sampdoria. You also need at least 6 players from the KSUA with a 76 rating and 90 chemistry overall. So what you want to do is build your midfield and strike force from the KSUA, and then your defence from a separate league. So you just want to try and get the 2 cheapest players you can get. I already had this goalkeeper here, and I managed to pack him as an untradeable, so I used him. And then I just got the cheapest card I could find, which is Torreira right here, a really cheap player. And then you can just use cheap silvers, bronzes, low rated golds, only a 76 rating. As you guys can see, I've used 3 silvers and a bronze, and it's all good here. As I said, you don't need to use the same players as me. Literally just go onto the market and try and get the cheapest silver centre mid who's Italian or who fits the chemistry from the KSUA, or the cheapest bronze, the cheapest gold, whatever you're looking for really, and then go with a separate league in the defence. I went with the Premier League. You don't have to do the same as me. If you want, you can go ahead, just get some cheap Premier League players. You can go with Ligue 1, you can go with the Bundesliga, whatever you want really. Just try and snipe, for example, the cheapest left back, the cheapest centre backs, cheapest right back and cheapest goalkeeper, who get links together from the league, and you can put them in and you should be good, and that gets you an Electrum players pack right there, which is a mixture of silvers and golds. Next up, we've got the Super Classico, which is River Plate against Boca Juniors. It gives you a 25k pack. It's a rare gold pack, and all you need is 1 player from River Plate or Boca Juniors, at least 6 Argentine players, at least 6 gold players, and 90 chemistry. So there isn't a rating requirement. You can use bronzes. What you want to do, just get the cheapest card you can find from River Plate or Boca. I went with this goalkeeper here, who I luckily had already managed to pack. Then you want to build, if it's a goalkeeper or a defender, your defence around the that specific league. If it's an attacking midfielder, winger or striker, you want to build your strike force like I've done here. But obviously in my case, I've got a goalkeeper, so I've gone with an Argentine defence from the Primera Liga. And for this, literally just get the cheapest cards you can get in each position. Just go Argentina, centre-back from this league. It doesn't matter if they're silver, gold, bronze, whatever they are. I just got the cheapest ones I could find. That's all you want to do. Just go onto the transfer market, set that as the filter, and then just find the cheapest players you can for left-back, centre-back, right-back, and CDM. Obviously, if it's a striker that you've got for your River Plate or Boca's player, just do the same, obviously, for your wingers. And then for the other players in the team, once you've done that, you want to just fill it in with goal players. So obviously I've done my defence from the Argentine league, so my attack is all going to be from a different league. I went with the Portuguese league here, and then a random striker here, so I already had enough chemistry. I just used an untradeable, but it doesn't matter what league you use, just use some cheap golds that get links together from a league like the Liga NOS, maybe the Russian league, anything like that. And you're going to need one of your Argentine players to be gold, just so it fits the whole rating. So try and get the cheapest goal player you can, who's Argentine, who's going to fit into the team. They don't even need to play in the same league as these guys down here, but obviously in my case they do by getting enough chemistry. So that one is an easy one, and it gives you a 25k pack. And then finally, we've got the game which is probably the most expensive out of all of these for the marquee matchups. It's Copenhagen against Brøndby. And for this, you need at least 6 players from the Alka Superliga. You need 6 Danish players, a 65 rating, so really low, but still this is quite expensive. And then 95 chemistry. So what I'd recommend doing is building your strike force and midfield all from the Alka Superliga. Just try and get some bronzes and silvers, get some really cheap cards there. And then you can pad out with some higher rated gold cards. Some of these cards are going to be expensive. Luckily enough, I packed these. I'll just quickly check what they're selling for. I think though, from what I've seen, they're quite expensive. So this guy here, you're looking to probably pay, I'd say on average about 1,000 coins for a lot of these cards. So it can be quite costly, but luckily for me, I already have them in my club. But just try and get midfielders and strike force from that league there. And hopefully you've got enough Danish players there. If not, you can do what I've done and use them in the defence as well, because you do obviously need 6 overall. So make sure that you get 6 players, all from the Alka Superliga in, and then what I've done in the defence is I've used some gold Danish players to get the rating up. I've gone with Schmeichel in goal. I know he's 83, but he's actually the cheapest goalkeeper you can get from Denmark. There's 2 non-red goals, but they're really expensive right now. They're like 6 or 7k just because of this SBC. So I've used Schmeichel, gets the rating up. It stops me having to use too many goals, because people like this guy here, Sorensen, he's like 4k. The goals are pretty expensive. They've used a couple. I've gone with Christensen, quite a cheap card there. You can get the rating up. Try and use some Danish players that don't play in the Alka Superliga just because they're a bit cheaper. That's what I'd recommend doing. So I got this guy here from the Polish league, I think, and he's cheaper than going and getting someone like this who's like 2 or 3k right now. So for this one here, just make sure you get the rating by using some high rated gold cards, and just try and snipe the cards. It makes it even easier. Snipe the cheapest ones you can get for each of these positions. So for example, the cheapest striker from the Alka Superliga, cheapest midfielders, and you should be good. And that gets you a rare consumables pack, and that is going to complete the entire marquee matchups. As you guys can see here, we get the marquee matchups completed, and we also get a premium gold players pack. So we've got 5 packs to open. I'm hoping for 1 drop down. That's all I want. We've got like 2 25k packs. They're pretty good. We've got a 15k, and there we go. We already get. Wait, it only had 1 flare. Is that normal? I swear they normally have more. We get Santi Cazorla, not too bad. May sell for a bit because of Player of the Month or something, because he's quite a high rated Premier League card. But I thought you normally got more flares even if you only had 1 rare player, but maybe not. We get El Nani as well. Just check the players you get. I mean, this guy, does he play? Is that Genoa? I think Genoa are needed for the marquee matchups. I think they are. So always check things like that. You may have cards that do sell for a few coins and can make you some good profit. So there we go. Going to send those to the transfer list, and that's probably one of the worst packs we've got, because we've got 2 25k packs coming up, and we've already managed to get a drop down, which is not too bad. These packs are decent because you get these cards like squad fitnesses and position changes. You often get like 6k or so from those. Premium Electrum Players Pack, it's a mixture of silvers and golds. I've always got good luck in these when I've opened them on the marquee matchup videos. I think I got an inform last week from one of them, but this week we get a Spanish goalkeeper, and that's going to be Adan, I think. Yeah, Adan from Real Betis. Not the best of cards there. Anyone else in the pack? Faguli. That's about it. You do get some silvers though that could sell for a fair few coins, so always keep an eye on their prices. We get an Alka Superliga player. Is he going to sell for much? Let's quickly check. Yeah, he goes for quite a bit by the look of it. I'll list him up there, see what he sells for. So that's not too bad at all. I think it's about 30 or 40k to complete the whole SBC, so I mean, it's quite a bit, but you're getting more than you spend back in packs, which is not too bad at all. So 25k pack. These have always been my favourite packs to open on all FIFAs. We get, what is that, an inform? Yes, we get an inform. Brazil, Cam? Oh, 76 rated. I thought that was going to be, for some reason I thought that was going to be Jesus, but obviously he was in the last team of the week. Obviously he's in the last team of the week. I think this guy's like complete discard price, but I think he's a 5-star skiller as well. I think he is a 5-star skiller, so I'll take that for sure. It's an inform. It's an inform. We get a foot draft token actually. I mean, that's probably even better than the inform, because you have to spend 15k for that. That's rarer than an inform. I've never packed a draft token this year, I don't think. We get Bellarabi as well. That's actually a good pack. That is a good pack. But these packs have always been my favourite ever since I packed Messi in one of them last year. If we get El Sino, I don't think he goes for anything. I think he's like a complete discard price inform. Like 11, 12k. I mean, it's not too bad. I'm not complaining about getting an inform, so I'll take that. I think we've got a streak now of getting 3 informs in the last 3 marquee matchup rewards pack openings. So we go then, 25k pack. This is the overall reward. for completing the whole set. Can we get something else? No, we can't. But we've got an inform. We've got another drop down too, so I'll take that. And we got a foot draft token, which is always good. That's going to be Fed or Smoloff, I think. Yes, it is. I'll send him over to the club. And he actually has a good card this year. I haven't tried him out yet. We get a few players, though, who will probably sell for the marquee matchups right now. Like this guy over here, Branachia, because he plays in the Calcio. And obviously you need Genoa, Sampdoria players, Calcio players. This guy might sell for the same reason. So there we go. That is my packs. That's how I've completed the SBC. Let me know who you get in your packs down below. I'm really pleased. Inform, foot draft token, drop down Cazorla, a few other decent players like Bellarabi, and I think we've probably made profit. So if you guys did enjoy, leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Take care.